Have you ever sat in a room full of noise and chosen to say nothing? Not because you had nothing to say, but because you understood something the others didn't? That silence you carried wasn't emptiness, it was power.
And yet, somewhere along the way, the world told you that was wrong. We live in a culture that rewards the loudest voice in the room. The one who speaks first, fastest, and with the most confidence, even when they have nothing meaningful to offer.
We've been conditioned to believe that silence is submission. But what if everything you were taught about silence was completely backwards?
There is a particular kind of person that most people never fully understand.
They don't rush to fill the space when a conversation pauses.
When someone attacks them verbally, they don't immediately fire back. They go still. They go quiet. And somehow, that stillness unsettles everyone around them far more than any clever comeback ever could.
This is one of the most sophisticated psychological strategies a human being can possess. And it has a name: strategic silence.
He didn't win that room by being the smartest. He won it by being the most disciplined. Every word you speak is a piece of information you give away.
The person who controls the flow of information holds disproportionate power. When you stop talking, you stop being readable. You stop being predictable.
True strategic silence comes from a place of deep inner security.
Wu Wei, effortless power. The river that does not fight the rock but quietly, persistently, reshapes it over time.
The most dangerous person in any room is rarely the loudest one. It is the one in the corner who has heard everything, processed everything, and chosen deliberately, thoughtfully, powerfully to say almost nothing.
Stop translating your silence into apology.
You are not someone with a communication problem. You are someone with a different communication architecture.
When your silence becomes a kind of sanctuary rather than an absence, you become, to that person, irreplaceable. Speak when it matters, stay quiet when it doesn't, and never, for a single moment, confuse discipline for deficiency. The person who observed everything, said almost nothing, and waited for the right moment. That person tends to be the one, when all the noise finally settles, holding the only idea that actually worked.
The gap widens. Real people start to feel not just difficult but almost unbearable by comparison.
The friction that was always just part of intimacy starts to register as threat. You don't decide this. Your nervous system decides it for you. Slowly, quietly. Connection, real connection, is not just emotionally important. It is neurologically essential. Human social bonding triggers specific neurochemical cascades that no digital interaction can replicate. The tool that feels most like connection is the same tool that, used without awareness, quietly erodes your capacity for the real thing. Not because AI is evil. Not because technology is the enemy. The brain learns what it practices. You are not broken. You are human. And you found.
But survival is not the same as living.
There is a difference between being understood by something that cannot truly know you and being known by someone who chooses to stay anyway. Let the digital space be a rehearsal room, not a hiding place. It cannot choose you. It cannot stay when staying is hard.
It cannot look at you really look at you and see something worth seeing. That seeing minus that being witnessed by another consciousness that could have looked away and didn't minus is one of the most profound experiences available to a human being.
Your brain is not betraying you when it finds AI easier. Your job, the quietly radical act of being a human alive in this particular moment, is to gently, persistently redirect it back toward the harder path.
The one with real faces at the end of it. The one that costs something. The one that, because it costs something, means something.
Is there someone in your life you've been meaning to have a real conversation with? You already know who it is. You thought of them just now. Because the conversation that matters most right now might not be the one you're having with me. It might be the one you've been postponing with someone who actually needs to hear your voice. They might be waiting for someone to name it first. Don't forget to support us by subscribing, leaving a comment, and liking to motivate us to provide more content.